Stretch Murphy. The thing I remember about him, he was the first big man to play basketball in Indiana. That's what they always said. He was probably 6'6", 6'7", and Marion wasn't known as the Marion Giants before 1926, but it was because of Stretch Murphy that they changed the name to the Giants.
Bill Green was a Hall of Fame coach. When you look back at some of the strategies that we had, when you look at our defensive philosophies, we had teams thinking that we were in man-to-man, and we had teams thinking we were in zone. So defensively and the strategies that he had, I thought that was probably one of his best coaching jobs as far as taking a team that was underachievers to put them in a position to win a state title.
Bill Beekman, competitor. Let me tell you why. I have never seen Bill Beekman in any match of anything he's ever been in, if he's coaching in the state championship match in Indianapolis or he's playing pickleball out at Modern Park. He is absolutely always a competitor. And it really, really rubs off on the kids that played for him, and they became instant competitors because of what he expected out of his athletes.
Ooh, Kevin Pearson. Man, he was a workhorse on the post. I loved his Pumas that he wore, the high socks. He really made Pumas cool, and I vividly remember, how rugged he was on the post.
Really, the thought process was, keep the basketball in front of you, we'll go to overtime, and we'll beat them in overtime. We were that confident. And that's exactly what we did. We went into a 2-2-1 zone. Lorenzo and I were in the front. Joseph Price and Jeff Todd were the second point of that zone, and Ron Peters was guarding the basket. And so they saw that, they ran their play.
Going to try to get the ball if they can to Tracy. Now they come instead to Turan. It's on the way. Look out! Oh! Oh my God! Oh! No! I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh my God!
Replaying things over in my mind. How can I fix this? What can we do? And realizing there's no time on the clock. There's nothing that I can do. This cannot be fixed. We've lost.
McCullough Field, and we practiced on the glass. There used to be a glass factory there. We still got scars. All of us that practiced out in that field, it was the practice field behind the locker room. And they were taking guys, every week or so to the hospital with pieces of glass and stuff. So I think we were just so tough because we practiced on glass.
Coach Wysong and Coach Colescott got together. They knocked on my door one evening, had Andy Cassidy, our shortstop, with them in the car. We sat out in the front of our house for about an hour that evening, talked things out, from a player's perspective, from a coach's perspective. And from then on, I think we won about 16 of our next 19 games, and ended up breezing through the sectional and regional, and semi-state, and ended up state champions. It's a pretty cool season.
A lot of people don't know this, but Trina was the first black to attend Notre Dame as a student athlete, and she's the one that started the women's program as you see it today. She set all the records up there at Notre Dame. Life would have been very difficult had she not been at Notre Dame with me.
Come the state tournament, Woody Rowe comes to me and says, Superintendent Hooker says, we want to get 750 tickets for the whole school. And he said, we can only give you 2 tickets. So I went to Woody. I said, he knew it wasn't going to work. I says, Woody, I tell you what you do. You tell Superintendent, here's 2 more tickets he's available and 1 less player he's got available. Woody said, I knew you were going to say that. So anyway, he says, give me another day. So next day he comes to me and he says, Dick, they're going to give you the 4 tickets. Just kind of not mention it, will you? Well, they went to the ball game and everybody was happy, except we didn't win.
My favorite game at IU was when we played Kansas and Hawaii.
Blackman with a full head of steam driving on Jackson and lays
It was my first game back off an ACL injury, so I wanted to show the world how I looked when I came back.
using his strength to go right into Josh Jackson and finish the play. Opens those drives up. Blackman baseline, too easy on the reverse, and a chance for a three-point play. That's what Bill closed out by Devontae Graham.
I just remember that I had 28 points and I led the team to our first win against Kansas, who was ranked number 3 in the country.
Blackman for three. Got it. Blackman. Over Vic. Wow. What a shot. Indiana wins it. What a way to start the season.
I'm back.
We finished the season 10-0. We averaged 55 points a ball game, gave up 7. In the last 5 games, we only gave up 6 points. It was an outstanding team, great depth, great leadership. Johnny Chin at quarterback, Bill Barley at tackle. We had great size for that particular time in history. 68-69. When you say Marion Giants, we were the Giants.
You know, I often think about that, and why would Marion have all these all-stars? That question I cannot answer. But the nice part about it, that's the figures. When you get 27 all-stars, you win 8 state champions, you have runners-up, I don't know the number, but it's a lot to say for our community.